Is the tariffs, trade war, and basically everything else that's going on in the market right now making you nervous as what you should be doing as a product manager or somebody that's working in tech to, what can you do to go ahead and cover your downside? I got you. Right now, you're most likely in a situation where your job feels a little bit insecure. Even if you're safe in there, you probably want to hold on to a little bit more cash to go out there and feel safe. At the end of the day, the real question that you basically are trying to solve, which I'm going to try to help you solve right now, is how do I go ahead and maximize my profit margin, my income potential outside of my 9 to 5, so I can hedge the bet that if anything happens to my 9 to 5, I'm going to go ahead and be okay. Let's get to it. If you're a product manager or somebody's working in technology right now, if you're feeling scared about what's going on in the market and you're feeling nervous and you're thinking what's going to happen to you, especially those of you that have a family to take care of, a mortgage, you freaking should be, because shit right now is getting wild. Are companies no longer hiring anymore? That's not true. Are companies doing mass layoffs because there's a very volatile market right now? Some of them are. But do some companies do layoffs just because they're like, oh shit, all this, this thing is going fucking crazy right now. Maybe we should just lay off some people? Absolutely. Either way, you need more cash. Why? Because the part of the reason what kicked off this entire bullshit in the first place was why I tell people, watch that show Landman. Okay, watch that show Landman by Tyler Sheridan, and Billy Bob Thornton's in it, is because everything got more expensive. Because why? Russia invaded Ukraine, and then that kicked up the oil price because we had sanctions. I'm not a freaking economist. I'm just going to go out there and pretend to be very smart in front of you by regurgitating what I've watched from other YouTube videos about why the hell we're in this bullshit. I don't know. I was a history major. That was a party major. I was a degenerate back in school, and that's why I got into sales, and then that's why I got into tech recruiting. But I am telling you that everything got more expensive. The tariffs are going to make everything for you more expensive too. And a lot of people that are in tech already feel, it's not you guys feel like you guys are living a paycheck to paycheck. You guys are freaking living paycheck to paycheck. And it's I'm laughing out there because it's making me uncomfortable that tech used to be the high earning job, and right now people are feeling very poor working in technology. But it's not like any other job prospects or any other career path is that much better. So you got to stick with what you got. If you are not sure about your job right now and what's going on, you need to go ahead and already start job hunting. If you so much as feel insecure, you need to start job hunting right away. Outside of your job, there's 5 income streams, 5 main income categories that you can go ahead and focus on. And I'm going to be giving you a bonus. The 6th one is the one that I think you should definitely have your eyes on, but all 5 are somewhat correlated. Number 1, content. Number 2, coach. Number 3, course. Number 4, community. Number 5, last but definitely not least, is consulting. I'm going to walk you through each and every one of these quickly, downside plus upsides. Content. Let's talk about content. What is it? What is content? Content is you at a YouTube channel. You're like a Chloe She. You have your own YouTube channel, or you have your own Instagram channel, or you have your own TikTok channel, or you have your own newsletter. You have massive eyeballs on you. The market feels like you are an industry or thought leader, which I wager a lot of you watching this YouTube channel probably are. And they listen to what it is that you have to say because they think what it is that you have to say adds value to their life. Now, if you're in that in that category, congratulations. That people even view you with this degree of respect, because there's a lot of bullshit out there. Now, downside of it is it'll take you a little bit to go out there and actually monetize off of these platforms. In order to go ahead and monetize off of YouTube, you need X number of subscribers, you need X number of watch hours. In order for you to monetize off of your newsletter, you need X number of subscribers. In order for you to monetize off of Instagram, you need X amount of subscribers. I'm not telling you to not do it, but if you're expecting in the next 30 days it's going to help you print cash, don't listen to the fucking bullshit you're seeing on there. We've hired these people before. We've interviewed them. I have teams of people. Making money in content doesn't happen that quickly. But if you can show a lot of view count and you can show a high number of recent engagement, you can start going ahead and actually monetizing, because companies want to hire you as a brand. because like I just put out a few posts on Instagram, and it has a very, very above average view count, and my views are very, very recent versus a lot of people on paper. It looks like it has a lot of subscribers, but they aggregated it through COVID. How much of that audience is actually engaging? They don't know. That's the upside, is that if you have enough view count, you can go out there and monetize off the platform itself. Outside of the platform, if you have enough of an engaged, live, recent audience that is active, companies want to pay you to essentially be a brand ambassador and commercial for them. So think about it as you're the next athlete for freaking Gatorade. Let's talk about downsides. Most of you are too much of a chicken shit to go out there and put your face out there, which I understand. It's uncomfortable. When I first started doing it, I was uncomfortable. I'm putting out more content right now because in the first few years of the business, I was like, I don't feel comfortable putting my face out there. I don't feel comfortable going on the camera. I live in New York, where I run into a lot of people that are in this racket, and I don't want to do it. And the truth was, I was being a chicken shit. And because everybody that starts doing it, the one thing that they say across the board for even my competitors is like, fuck, I should have done this a lot sooner. Some of you are also saying that like, oh yeah, but my company has these, fuck your company media policies. They will not hesitate to fucking cut your head off. Let's just be honest. It really goes back to reason number one. You're being a chicken shit, because there's Navy SEALs out there with a live cam going, this is what Navy SEALs eat for breakfast in Afghanistan before we go on patrol. And they're showing you the fucking sniper rifle they're using to go out there and clip an HVT, high value target. So call it what it is. Most of you guys are too much of a chicken shit. But to get around that, I'm going to give you guys a little bit like an alternative. There are influencers in the product management and in the tech space who are not using their names. They'll call themselves like K product manager. They'll call themselves like the product playbook, or they'll call themselves like cybersecurity this, because they're not putting out their name out there, or they'll make it faceless. There are ways to go ahead and get around it, but either way, it'll take you a while to monetize off of that. Second option is you become a coach. Coach, you can do one of three things. You can go out there and help them in the transition to go ahead and get a job. We're always looking for more product manager coaches, but we have high restrictions. You is talking about career coach and coaching them to the job and coaching them upskill on the job, because a lot of companies don't have good mentorship programs or any. Or you can go ahead and do a combination of both. Now, the delivery method is basically twofold. You can either sell it on a one-on-one basis, which I think is low leverage of your time, or you can go ahead and sell it on a group coaching basis, which I think is higher leverage of your time. But both of them require you to trade live energy and time for money. I'm not saying don't do it, but understand there's limitations if you don't have an entire team supporting you like me. I have an actual business with a real company and real team members, and we can go out there and fuck up most coaches that are just running a mom and pop shop. It's not like they can't print another 5 to 10 or maybe 15 G's a month, but they're definitely not going to hit the $100,000 cycle if they don't really scale up. Now, content, on the other hand, it starts off slow, but you can go ahead and print about $100,000 a month. In the long run, you can, because Chloe, she does like, I'm banking she does like about more than $1 million, $1.2 million. So that's about 100 G's like a month, right? It can get there, but it'll take time. Coaching, you can start monetizing very quickly, but it's more energy intensive. Now, what most people do after they get into coaching for a little bit is they realize people are asking the same freaking questions over and over again. That's when they have all of their content recorded in a structured manner, which becomes a what? Curriculum, which thus becomes a course. And then you can go out there and host that course. Courses are really, really good. I love courses. E-learning and course creation is projected to actually increase 13 times in the upcoming 5 to 10 years. As somebody that's actively engaged in the business, I am inclined to go out there and agree, because now people are learning more new skills than ever. Courses are very, very good, and you should definitely go ahead and do that. Fourth thing, but nobody's gonna buy your course unless they know you. So in order for them to get to know you, you got to go out there and actually be a coach for a little bit, get some freaking testimonials on a website, on a landing page somewhere, so people know that you're legit. And then you can go out there and start a course. But courses, you can go out there and price it out. You can go very low ticket, you can go high ticket, you can also go monthly recurring. But every course is going to want some degree of coaching. And that's when you should have some kind of community. You see, in a group coaching environment, your community is interacting with you one to one versus like you're doing one to many. In a course, there's no real interaction at all. Everything's just digital. But in a community, people are interacting with each other, right? And then lastly, but definitely not least, and I have a few communities on school, which I recommend people go out there and join and start. The last but definitely not least is going to be consulting. In consulting, you're doing B2B. A lot of product managers and a lot of people in tech, they want to go out there and do B2B consulting. And they want to do freelance work or something called fractional. Let me tell you all the downsides about that bullshit right now. Here's the fucking problem with it. I'm not going to say it's bad because I'm still doing it myself too. But just understand that if you don't control the expectations, you'll be doing more work for significantly less pay. And also the other problem is most of you don't have a lead generation engine like I do. So even though you're really good at actually delivering what it is on the promises that you can keep to a potential like startup founder or startup founders, just know that on that end, of the business, if you don't like, the problem with like starting out in consulting, excuse me, this is how much toxic there is. I'm just thinking about all the people I want to go out there and just freaking straight murder for the lack of disrespect they've shown me when I've actually done a lot of work for their small little businesses, is that you're dealing with a lot of founders that actually don't know what it is that they want, and they don't operate with as much financial or human resources that you're used to in a very legitimate business. So basically, they're just like, I don't know what I want, but I need you to solve this problem for me. I need you to make all this shit happen. And they're paying you this fractional rate of like $5,000, $7,500, $10,000. But they want so much out of you, and then before you know it, you're working like all night, all weekend, and you're thinking to yourself like, yo, I'm putting out more time for this bullshit than my actual job. And a big part of that is that initial learning curve where you have to really know a lot about their business, the inner workings, their systems, and the people. You're immediately going to go ahead and find out within the first 30 to 45 days that their systems are completely off, and that is a black hole in itself, just fixing that bullshit. Secondly, most of their team members are fucking hot garbage, and you got to work on replacing them. And then third, now we're talking about going 0 to 1, which is very difficult because their brain is constantly changing every single day. And it's also because a lot of times they're playing with their own money, so it seems fucking personal to them. So I'm not saying that it's not a great field to go out there and venture into, but just know that it cannot be your main secondary income stream. Which brings us to option number 6. Your main secondary income stream should be selling digital products. So why sell digital products? Digital products are really good because number one, it's low ticket. You can sell it off. Prime numbers are great. $27, $57, $67, and then you have a bunch of upsells. If you go ahead and DM me on LinkedIn or Instagram, digital, I'll give you basically this PDF where you can go out there and actually run it. But people want to buy some kind of digital asset for you where you don't need to get on the call with them. I really like digital products because I don't have to talk to people to go out there and make the sale. And I'm also showing other people how to go ahead and do it right now, because you have to also think. Eventually, you'll get through all the other 5 business lines. I'm already doing them right now too. If you're a really good content creator, you have to just keep on creating more content. That's still trading time for money. And not to say that you won't, but you still do. If you're a really good coach, it really doesn't make sense, because the better you are as a coach, the more you gotta coach. The better you have courses, the more you have to just go out there and sell courses. But courses are great because courses are evergreen. Hosting communities is great, but they also expect so much off of you, right? Selling PDFs is a great way to go out there and make money because it's done. You line up all these upsells on the back end, and then fuck it. That's all you really need to go ahead and do. So if I was to get really good at any game, you want to ask yourself, if you can make $100 million or $10 million playing any sport, If you were to ask me what sport I would be playing, it'd be fucking golf. Low injury rate. I get to be in a nice little cute outfit. All right. And I'm just like, I got a caddy and everything, right? Like, I wouldn't want to make $100 million a year swimming, you know? Like, Michael Phelps looks like he trains fucking freak athlete hard. Like, I wouldn't want to make $100 million a year as a fighter or a boxer or an MMA dude, like, you know, freaking the UFC. I sure as fuck wouldn't want to go out there and make $100 million a year playing football or soccer or hockey. Like, if I had to go, like, you know, if you can get good at any game, the game that you should get good at playing is fucking selling digital products, you know? Like, you know, before you're like, oh, it's a scam. Like, no, think about it. People are already doing it right now. But, you know, I think, like, one of the epiphanies that I've had becoming, like, making money online for the last 8 years is, like, all these problems are solvable. But at the end of the day, what problem gives you the most leverage in terms of time? Because this prospect of me growing old and dying, you know, I'm still looking very healthy right now because I am. But, like, it's like what matters to me the most is how am I spending my time? Who am I spending my time with? And what am I doing with that time? You know, and you should have those priorities coming into it because that's what's important. Is you shouldn't be thinking about how should I fit my life around my business. You should be thinking about how to build a business around the fucking life that you want. Because at the end of the day, fuck all that shit. Fuck me. Fuck that job. Fuck the LinkedIn flex. You want to be printing $1,000 a fucking day, right? That will let you do whatever it is that you fucking want. And it's not that hard. If you go ahead and sell a digital PDF for $53 to 20 fucking people a day, that's $1,000 a day. And anything's possible. At one point, you know, there weren't ships, there weren't fucking planes, there wasn't a translation app. I just saw on this shit right now on Instagram that there's going to be an app with AI that can let you communicate with your fucking dog. How cool is that? I'm going to be able to talk to my own golden fucking retriever. So all these problems are solvable. It just comes down to, is this the problem that you want to go ahead and solve? So what's the downside? Which there's got to be a downside about digital products. There is a downside. You have to keep on creating more digital products to sell. Whatever it is that you think is going to be hot is eventually not going to be hot, but that's totally fine because that's part of it. But one thing that, like, the things that I don't want to do, I don't want to do calls with I don't want to deal with people that drain me of my fucking energy and are goddamn fucking emotional vampires, because fuck those people. You know, seriously, fuck them. You know, it's like, shit. If you're too poor to afford me, then fuck off. Or you can just be upfront and say, you can't afford me, but, like, I would really appreciate it, and then fuck off. Fucking holding me hostage for 2 hours, complaining to me about why. Like, yo, bro, I don't go into a steakhouse and say, why isn't there a freaking entree? Why don't you have a 40-ounce fucking slab of fucking dead cow that's within my budget? Like, no, right? That's why I like, right? Like, yeah, so you want to have your main secondary income stream. Your main side action is a digital product because that thing is running for you, rain or shine. You don't have to go out there and OnlyFans your way to print cash off of that. And if you enjoy coaching, you can do coaching. If you enjoy consulting, you do consulting. But here's the thing. $1,000 a day in this market is fuck you money. Because what's fuck you money? Oh, like, I don't think your program, fuck you. Oh, like, I think it's fuck you. But, like, don't you think, fuck you. I mean, you don't really need to be a crazy rich anything right now. Shit, you just got to print like $1,000 a day. So you got to think about it. $53 at a $20, like $53, like, you just need to create a $53 offer, a $53 offer, and boom, you would have like 20 people go ahead and buy into it, right? Well, 20 times 50, that's like a G note right there. In 30 days, you'll have 30 Gs. So 20 times, like, I would say 20 times 10, let's do some math in the head. That's 200 people. There's 30 days in the year. So you need 60, I think you need like what? Like, you need about 600 people, right? Hang on, let me do this in my head, the calculation. I had it all in my Airtable, but 20 people a day times 10 is 200. 3 weeks, okay? is about like what, 600 people. You just need to figure out, and obviously one digital product is not going to cover that whole $600 nut. So you just got to figure out how to sell something to 600 people or create some very high value upsells on the back end that people want to buy. And whatever happens, fuck you. That's all you need. $1,000 a day. This gives you leverage. This gives you really, really good leverage. So with that said, if you're ready to go ahead and print cash, I don't have a course for this. I do, but like the real value is I have like a link in the description. It's for my tech influencer school. I'm doing it live with all my product manager friends, and I'm helping them as well as helping me. I launched an offer to go ahead and print cash. Let's go ahead and get it.